My name's Andy, and on today's video, we're gonna check out the sound that's coming from this side of the block. It sounds like maybe there's an exhaust leak going on here, whether it's the headers themselves or the exhaust manifold gasket. We're gonna have to check it out. So we're gonna pull this side of the header off and see if we can find anything. So let's get started. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take apart where the headers meet up with the rest of the exhaust. We can take this off here, and then we'll go back up top and take the bolts out of the heads. Let's go up top, see what we can find. All right, let's pull these spark plug wires, just get them out of the way. And I'm gonna make it just a little easier to get to these bolts. No, there. Let's see if they'll reach back here. No. You'll find that a lot of these headers, sometimes these socket wrenches won't fit right next to the primary tubes, which is common. Sometimes you have to use a box end wrench, you know, something like one of these. Sometimes you get lucky and you can use the socket wrench. All right, you know, that's a 10-minute battle that nobody should have to go through. It's ridiculous how long it takes to get all these out, especially when it's tight around these primaries down here. Okay, so that's all those out, and should be able to just drop this down or something. You know, one of the things we can do here, let's take this gasket out and take a look at this, and this is sometimes a telltale of what's going. Oh, yeah, see, it's falling apart. You see how black it is around here? That's because the exhaust is getting out around there. I mean, right on the edge here, it should be dirty, but as you get away from where the primaries are, it shouldn't be black out here. That means that we're getting exhaust out past that. And I wonder if that right there, that it's missing, it's torn. So I bet you that's probably where some of the exhaust leak was coming from. So we'll just get some new exhaust manifold gaskets. Might as well do the other side since we're here. Pull that one off and get some new ones. All right, just like the last side, we'll just pull these spark plug wires off real quick. Okay, now we can get to those bolts a little easier. All right, just like the other side, pop this guy out and take a look at him real quick. Yeah, this side is cleaner. It's still dirty around those primaries. This is the header side. That actually looks pretty good, but you know, while we're here, we might as well do both gaskets. So let's get those other ones ordered up. All right, so here are the two. This is the passenger side, and it's got a crack there, so that's clearly not doing me any good. And then on the driver's side, the first one that we pulled off, this is that missing. So I imagine that exhaust was getting up through that little tiny crack there, or, you know, space in that. So I think it was easy to say that these two were at least part of the problem. Just looking at the headers, I didn't find anything that stuck out as an obvious leak, but I may not on that. But I think the combination of these two things is really the first thing to give it away. So I picked up this Fel-Pro, this is MS 9000 or MS 90,000 kit. It does come with those two new exhaust, those donuts that you can put in there. We'll see the ones that I have in there. They looked like they're still in pretty good shape, so I may save these for down the road if I ever need to do these again. And then I don't have the exhaust flange For those, that's fine, but I do need those, and for 20 bucks, I think this is pretty decent. It's a pretty decent little kit. So we'll get this put in and wrap it up. Before we put the gasket in, I want to clean this surface here on the head, and we should just, you know, wipe it down, just clean it up, make sure there's no little particulate or anything in there. It would help put a little bit of a gap between the header flange, or the manifold flange and the heads. Nothing fancy, just enough to just clean this surface. And this might not be something that's super easy to do, but it's something that should be done. Do the best you can. The nice thing about this type of gasket is it's got this little hook on here, so when you're putting you've got the fasteners holding the manifold up, you can just slide this behind there and it'll just stay on there, and then you can finish putting the fasteners in. I do like that. You can buy them with the hole around there, but I do like that it does make this easier to install by just dropping it in once we put the first 2 bolts in. Oh, that's so easy. I love that. Using this little ratcheting this really does make it easy, because sometimes you can't quite get the wrench in there, but you can put this in place, and it does, you know, it works better than trying to just hold the head of the socket on there, and then also it can pivot, which if you need to get that one perfect angle. So anyways, I like this. Okay, last one. So just taking them off, patience is required when doing these. I mean, I use a combination of this and then this tool and a deep socket and a box end wrench. Some of these are a little tighter fit in others in terms of getting by the primaries and in between what is this, the suspension cover, whatever this is called. So yeah, so just patience and then you'll get them on. So let's go to the other side. All right, nice. So let's go down and we'll hook up the bottom part of these headers down to the rest of the exhaust. All right, so let's see if we can put this donut back in here and make this whole thing work again. I don't remember how I got it in here to begin with, but I might have to get the convincer out and bang on this a little bit. There we go. All right, let's drop the car and start her up. It's another one in the books. I'm glad we got those new gaskets on there. I still think I'm hearing something, and I suspect it might be down at the bottom where the headers meet up with the rest of the exhaust. I'm struggling a little bit with those donuts, trying to make them work in there, and or I could just be hearing things, who knows. But I do know we saw that those other gaskets were shot, and it was time to replace them anyway. So nothing else, it was just a preventative piece, so I'm happy with it. All right, that takes care of that. Thanks for sticking with me. We'll see you in the next one. Place, or if maybe there's even a hole in the headers of my, I can't talk. We're going to take a look at the sound that I don't know what I'm talking about. Forgot to take the jack stands out from underneath the car. Car won't drop when you got jack stands down there.